name's Jen, and although you may not like my rhyme, we hope that you enjoy this time. Thank you. Not the finest poem you'll ever hear, certainly not a patch on yours.
Well, they're different, aren't they? Funny story, I was due to shoot a piece about corruption at Crufts called Bent Breeders, but they cancelled after a schnauzer bitch went berserk. So I found myself with a film crew and I just said, hey guys, mind if I try something real quick?
Well, we're very glad you did, and I hope everything's all right at Crufts.
Yeah, it was just one dog, but Claire Balding was quite badly shaken. But it's under control now. She's been destroyed. The dog, obviously, not Claire Balding.
Well, either way, thoroughly enjoyable, especially the bit with the rapping.
I had my mind changed completely when I was dragged to see Hamilton.
Hamilton? I loved Hamilton. Did you like it?
Yes, I did. Once I was able to readjust from the initial disappointment that it wasn't a musical about Lewis Hamilton.
Oh, I'd go and see that. A winning formula.
Do you know, that's the title. That's the title. I tell you, someone is going to do it. And I know for a fact that the stage at the Lyceum, you could fit 3 Formula One cars side by side and still have space to dance around them.
Food for thought. But first tonight, some good news. On Monday's show, we brought you the story of Andrew Hannon, confined to a wheelchair and living in a flat that had seen better days. Unable to afford a refurb, he faced the prospect of moving home. But that was until our viewers got wind of it.
And boy, did they rally round.
They did.
You know, painters, decorators, builders, many of them British, carpet layers, gardeners, anyone who has 2 sugars in their tea got in touch to muck in and give Andrew the hoe he deserves.
Alan. Now, when we say we welcome your views, we mean it. In good times and in bad. So when Guardian columnist Dan Milner took the show to task, and Alan in particular...
Why am I always getting it in the neck? I don't
know. Took him to task over what he called a dereliction of basic journalistic standards, we took it on the chin. But first, a reminder of what he wrote.
And we're off.
And, Alan, good to see you and Dan Milner were able to find some common ground.
Yeah, I think on reflection, Dan would admit he just got it wrong. But it goes to show that getting people with opposing views to thrash out the differences, good telly.
Yeah, although not sure we'd want argy-bargy every week.
Well, it's how you do it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Get a few Catholics and Protestants from Northern Ireland who still care about that stuff, get them to play backgammon. Whoever wins, they get to paint their pictures on walls or the sides of houses, or get Palestinians and Israelis. I like it. If the Palestinians win, they get to do whatever it is they want.
Now, 6 months ago, we brought you the story of Nala, a lion cub being nursed back to health at London Zoo. We promised you an update on her progress.
Here's some footage of her looking similar but bigger.
And we're off.
You all right?
Now, the Special Air Service may sound like a branch of the Post Office, but it's perhaps better known as the SAS, or by insiders or enthusiasts as the SAS.
In fact, it has become the gold standard for special forces the world over. This year marks its 80th birthday. Alan Partridge giving it both barrels there.
Absolutely, Jenny, even though assault rifle's a single barrel. Interrogation, but I don't want to talk about that.
Why not?
Found it really upsetting, yeah. It started as a mock interrogation, but turned into a mock execution, which got very real very quickly. Fizz, Bubbly, Bolly and Champers might sound like the names of Kirsty Allsop's bridesmaids, but they're actually all nicknames for champagne.
And with party season in full swing, we thought we'd mix it up with a look at champagne cocktails that are sure to get your corks a-popping.
Listeners to North Norfolk Digital will know her as Norfolk's foremost wine expert. And people say, you've interviewed her before, why are you interviewing her again? Simple, I like her personality. And if you...
Really seen an explosion, haven't we, in the popularity of cocktails?
That's lovely.
Well, I think...
Anyone can have a cocktail. Now, I was staying at a very low-budget hotel, and they had menus with photographs of the cocktails for people who can't read. So...
And this...
yeah, or maybe they just don't like waiting 20 minutes for a drink. As soon as you see the barman reaching for a pestle and mortar, you think, I should have got a pint.
I'll have to pace myself a couple of days and I'll be dozing on.
I think you'd go the other way.
Way back when.
No, not manic, you know. Yeah.
Yes.
You bought it where on the show?
Giving a feel of an English autumn.
For God's sake, Rosie.
What?
You can't eat raw egg.
Tennis.
Like this one.
The first cocktail afternoon of the summer. What would you make for that?
Title of a one-man show I've written about the development.
Keep it.
Keep it. I'll just call it Hamilton then.
Well, that's the Inspector Morse spin-off, I think.
No, that's an op. Yes, she does get big bucks. And I'm actually really cool about that. More, Jenny. I do. I am glad. Well, I had a granddad.